Hello and welcome to The Human Now, where we are discussing ideas around what it means to be in this state of time. My name is Akash, and today I'm joined by Rachna, Curry, and Perry. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good.
Very
Good. What does everyone think of the new mics?
They're nice. I kind of thought you had them all the time. This is my first one.
It's very cool. I like them.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous that
Should be.
I haven't got mine yet. It's on the way. All right, so today, topic of discussion is feminism, and so what that means to us, what our experiences are around feminism, and also just the effects of either or positive or negative, and then in the end, just if you could say whether or not you are a feminist or not. Sweet?
Cool.
Everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Any questions?
What was the first question again?
All right, let's get into it. So, what does it mean? What does being a feminist mean to you?
The word feminism, or a feminist actually scares me. So I'm gonna unconsciously, I feel like I'm gonna be treading very lightly in anything I say or do. So
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just the amount of stuff that's in the media and just how I feel like I've already said too much. just how everything is like the PC police is just like so like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think we should start with someone else.
No, I can see why you have that thinking, because if you remember me pre-2014,
Yeah.
I was more of that feminist man-hater type, because it was always you thinking that women don't have everything as good as men. But when I watched Emma Watson's video, I sent it to you, Akash, and she's like, the definition of feminism is equal opportunities for men and women. And I didn't actually realize that men weren't getting the benefits of equal opportunities as well.
Yeah. Curry?
Yeah, I was just going to say equal rights between, my same as,
Yeah.
equal rights between men and women.
Yeah. Even for me, I wasn't always too sure about what it meant. Like, it was I found it to be quite confusing. Like you said, it was, at first I thought it was like really just pro-women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
And then, that kind of just scared me as well. But yeah, after doing a bit of reading into it, I've kind of figured out it's more to do with equality. So what have your experiences been around with feminism? Have you guys had any? Can you hear that? Perry's tummy.
That's my stomach.
It's like growing up in the Indian world. I was really lucky that especially Dad didn't raise me like lots of the other Indian girls our age were. It's like they weren't allowed to do things or go places that their brothers might have, been allowed to do it as well. And Dad always raised me like as a boy because he wanted a son. And so as a grown up, I kind of even saw that when we were talking to older men, they were kind of even not listen or think that I would have an opinion on things, like they'll kind of just be like, oh, she's talking. Oh, okay. Or if I'm quite, upfront. So if I just say something, they'll be like, oh, they like this girl, has no respect. But like, if a boy probably done, they'll be like, oh, okay, like,
Yeah.
And the Indian one is quite different, especially now being married as well. The expectations, everything is different. Like,
Right.
you see it, and even though you don't want to.
Yeah, just when you said that, it reminded me of it. Well, it's happened like a few times. When we go to restaurants, and unfortunately, as the Indian restaurants, the waiter is always talking to me.
Yes.
And it's like, she's going to order for herself.
Yeah.
Or like she would order and like, but like they would just automatically just talk to you. And I feel like that's a bit of inequality happening there.
Yeah.
And it's just like they just don't see her there. which is a bit weird.
I remember that because I haven't been to an Indian restaurant in a while. But if it was me and Barish out somewhere, and the waiter would always come be like, "Sir, how was your meal? Sir, is everything okay? Sir, what would you like?" And then I'll be like, "So we would like blah blah blah." And he'll be like, "Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I'm writing. Okay."
Curry?
I can't think of an instance where it's happened, or actually no, in school, in our PE classes we had PE split into boys and girls, and the girls would do dance in PE and the boys would go play like turbo touch.
What?
Yeah, this is year 11 PE.
Yeah.
Year 11.
Yeah, year 11 PE. And then
Far out.
I remember we did like a whole assessment on dance, and then the boys got to do turbo touch and like all these games outside for the whole year, and we were inside
Really?
doing dance for one
Oh
whole
my
term.
God.
And then we were like, oh well, why can't we go play with the boys? And then we're like, okay, we'll do turbo touch as well. So we did turbo touch, but still we were still separated from the boys and we were allowed to play.
Oh my
And then you know
God.
how it's like the whole stereotype of like girls aren't good at PE and like they separated because they'll be like, okay, girls will join in more. But then what about the girls that are competitive and want to play? So then we actually got to go play with the boys eventually. But it's like, why wouldn't that happen in the
In
first
the
place?
first place, yeah.
Yeah, or like even the other way around. What if the boys wanted to do dance, but they were like saying, oh, you're like a girl if you want to go do dance. So yeah.
I think
Very interesting.
for me, I think I've been on like both sides of the thing. So there was the situation I explained last time, how I was moving a whole bunch of stuff there's just a whole bunch of stuff that needed to be moved after a show, and I was moving it, and then I asked a couple of guys, I was like, "Do you guys want to move it?" And then there was another girl there, and she was like, "Oh, why didn't you ask me?" And I was just like, "Oh." You know, like just the bias is
Taken
like
aback,
trained into you.
Yeah.
And then I just felt like really bad after that, and I was like, man, I actually just like really undermined her
Yeah.
without even like knowing it. And then
I think
But everyone does that, right?
yeah, but for me it was out of like honor. I don't want you to carry it,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
I was trying to like, you know, it wasn't like
See, I've been
that
in
was
that
like my
situation. Yeah.
confusion.
You weren't saying
Like,
that she can't do
yeah,
it.
it was just that I didn't.
I
being
didn't
a
want to.
gentleman.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can get your confusion. It's like if you're gonna go on a date, do you open the door for the girl? Or do you let her do it herself?
Yeah, I think that's like with all this talk about like feminism and just with feminism,
Yeah.
I'm always now caught thinking, oh, do I do this or do I not do this? You know, when is it the right time to do something like this, or when is it not?
What was your second example?
And my second example is being just like, unfortunately, again, it's the Indian mentality. And so being around like other Indian grown-up people, just because I'm a guy, they address me and they listen to me, or even like just the way growing up in a family as well, it's considered, guys can have a bit more of a privilege than women do. And to be
Did you experience that more because you grew up with two sisters, do you think? Like,
No,
was that sort of stuff
I think
happening at home? Or?
No, not at home. Mum's raised us all
Equal.
equally.
Yeah.
And
So
she's
you
a-
did the equal managed housework.
She's a powerful
Oh,
woman. So she's
So,
a
like-
powerful woman.
This is
so-
the other way around in
yeah.
your house.
If your sisters learned how to make rotli, were you ever encouraged to make it?
Nah.
No?
Well, why not?
Is that it?
Mm. So is that then?
Because I consider myself the perfect, ideal Indian wife, right? But the one thing I don't do
Is that not then?
is rotli. So honestly, if everyone praises me for the whole cooking, oh, you're so this, but the one thing I get a lot of crap from is, eto rotli ni bana. She doesn't make rotli, so what does? I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But I go, well, why don't you train your sons to make rotli? You know, why don't you? But even say example of this is where feminism might be an issue for you guys, because say I remember when I was giving birth to Arya, right? And
Cool.
it was just me, Barish, and the midwife in the room, right? But my mother-in-law kept knocking on the door trying to come in, or calling another woman to go be there with me in the delivery room, because Barish's role as the father or the husband wasn't acknowledged. You know, like it's and even like Barish, as you as a dad, have you ever felt like your role as a father isn't as important as a mother's role?
No, I don't think I've ever felt that externally, but in like within myself, I know that a mother is more important in a child's upbringing. Like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
I think I agree with that.
I think there's certain things that
Yeah,
a
there's
mother
certain
can only
things-
do for a
Yeah.
child that a father can't.
Like what?
No?
Quality, man, come on.
I don't know, like,
I feel the same. But like now when I said it out loud, I'm like, I said the wrong
yeah,
thing.
it's out there.
What after,
Sorry, Will.
besides from from after birth onwards, is there anything that a mother can do that a father cannot?
Love the child. I like seriously some days where I'm like, man, this little kid's gonna kill him one
And
day.
you don't think I do that? I'm pretty sure there are days where I want to chuck Aria.
All right.
But
No,
it doesn't mean I don't love her.
yeah, no, I agree. That makes sense. Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think I love her more than Barish does. I'm pretty sure we love her equally.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, I was gonna say breastfeeding.
Yeah,
there's-
that's what I was
there's a-
thinking.
Yeah,
Dad can't do
because
that.
because of that
Formula.
the
Yeah.
connection. No,
Mhm.
but breastfeeding.
It's
And
it's such
oh,
a spiritual and
You know,
like
but
the process of it.
expressing more than the dad gives.
No.
No,
But
but
like
like
the,
No,
actually,
but
the
like
actual
the
act
actual
of.
Okay,
act
okay.
of
Yeah,
doing
the
it.
act of
you
doing
know?
it.
That's right. It's one to the men. This is the end of podcasting for us. We're done after this.
Well, like another one is say in New Zealand, suicide rates are quite high, right? And even when I was watching that Emma Watson's video, she was saying how for males from the 20 to 49 age, suicide is a leading cause of death for males, and she found that even males had a hard time expressing their feelings because if they were to do that, then they weren't seen as
Manly.
manly. So have you guys ever felt that?
Nah, I've never felt that. I've always been a pretty sort of emotional guy. I don't know if I don't know if it's like with everyone. I'm not like that with everyone, but I don't have an issue with being vulnerable and sharing emotions and stuff like that. Which is actually we're going to start a separate segment of this podcast, yet to be named, which talks about man things.
I think that can go both ways though, because if
Yeah.
a man's not sensitive enough, or he is showing emotion, he's seen as weak, but like the stereotypical way. But then like it can also go if like a female doesn't show enough emotion, is she seen as like too cold or too strong?
Well, shouldn't everyone have the freedom to be whoever they want,
Yeah.
regardless of what category it goes in? Like,
100%.
Yeah.
So then is that then what feminism is?
Well, I thought we said right at the start that feminism is all about equality, right?
Yeah.
And that's
So is it-
in any area of life. So I guess
It is.
yep. I was gonna say something else that was really stupid. But
Nah, say it. Say it.
no, that's right.
Well, say it.
What's your next question?
Hmm?
What's your next question?
I was going to say, what are then like the effects of what may be considered as feminism? Because okay, so my thinking behind this was, hold on, let me think. There's a situation I had in my head, and I think we would have discussed it, but because of everything that we're seeing now about being feminist or being about feminism, I'm questioning my judgment on everything.
Yeah, well, that's like.
And there's a lot of also the other side of this is, how do you know what is feminism when there's like very pro woman, and then it's I think the other side of this was also like the position that we are now put in as men, like because of
Careful.
because of so much like advocacy, right?
Yes.
It's like, oh, because of a small group of men doing like say sexual harassment and things like that,
Yep.
you know, we're all generalized under this now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so it's like, no, not all guys are harassers or gonna assault you, or you know what I mean? Like I feel like
Yeah.
there's this now stigma that this is how guys are as a result of
Yeah.
A few people.
yeah, and that's not what feminism is. Does that
No,
make
correct.
sense?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I think we should probably drop the word feminism and just
Right.
speak equality now.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, like I said right at the start, like feminism, the word scares me.
Mm.
But we're not actually saying anything. We're not disagreeing or agreeing on anything in particular. We're just, if we say equality, then I think we all agree
Yeah.
with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just in the same way you said there's a few males who do those sort of acts
Yeah.
that cause all this cause
Yeah.
women harm, and it's all in the media and stuff like that. In the same way, there's, I don't know, you guys can agree or disagree that there's a few women in society who are like man-hating
Yeah.
feminists, and that puts feminism in a whole as
Yeah.
Different
a
light.
very
As
negative
a-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that same video, I watched that video as well, and it's like what she's saying is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's something that should be out there more.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the video that Parish they just mentioned is Emma Watson's speech at the UN 2014,
We'll link
and
it.
when
link it down
she
below.
started, when she introduced he for she, so that was like, for me, that was like a game changer. For me, that changed everything, because
Right.
for I've been trying to look into this as much as I could since uni, when I did my paper on gender and psychology.
Yeah.
That paper was an eye-opener for me. Like, so many things I didn't see, so many things I didn't know, just on rape culture and just domestic violence and you know, all of this. And if there was more gender equality, there would be so many things that we wouldn't have to worry about now. We're so lucky to have
Yeah.
grown up here. But think about if, you know, we weren't able to, like, if we could only study up until we were 10.
Yeah.
If we got married before we were, you know, as a child, like as a teenager, getting married then, and all we had to do was have kids and
Yeah.
not be educated, and having to obey every, just, you know, not being able to have our own, express our thoughts, and
Mm.
it's just, yeah, we are lucky to be here. But in the same case, and also being in New Zealand and probably all the modern countries now, to face the whole, you know, wage gap for the, you know, for the same job, or that, you know, yeah.
Which is another issue in its own.
Mm.
Did you have another question? I just want to know, where do we draw the line on this whole equality thing? Because like I'm the type of guy that will like open a door for a girl, or if she's carrying something, then I'll go and take it off her. And
Yeah.
do all of that
That's-
sort of stuff. Like is that considered anti equality?
No, I don't think so.
It depends. Say if Akash and me were holding the same box and it was heavy,
I will take it off you, 100%.
take it off me, but you offered to Akash's off. I said no. Which, Akash, do you need a hand then?
Yeah, I probably would.
You know, if your thought process behind is the same for both, then I don't see why you should offer to open the door for someone, or to take something heavy off their hands. And
What, I
If
should
you-
or shouldn't?
if you do it for both, say if
Yeah,
me
okay,
and
yeah,
him,
yeah,
then-
yeah. I understand. I understand.
oh,
Yeah.
it's just you being a nice person.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So
But
do you
I
ever
would-
hold the door open for someone?
But I would do it more for a female than I would a male. If
That's
that-
what my question was going to be, is like, I was going to, because
the
Just
same
say it, just say
situation
it,
that
just
you
say
had,
it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like it's too hard to
Yeah.
be politically correct, but a gentleman. Because then my confusion is like, how do you put this into the female perspective?
Yep.
Like, you know, what is the
Maybe it's also your intention behind
yeah.
it. You want to do it to be polite, but you're not doing it because you think if a woman can't or
But is it? I think it's so funny when you like use this analogy of holding the door open for someone, and that makes you a gentleman. Because like whenever a guy doesn't open the door for me or hold the door open, like if we're walking and he just walks straight through, I'll be like, oh, that was rude.
but you think
You
the
just
same
never,
thing as a
you
woman.
can never win. You just never
Oh man.
win.
Like,
So then
that's
it's
why
this,
I automatically
it's
think,
just
and
this
it's like,
automatic
wait,
bias.
I shouldn't even think like that.
What's his name, sorry?
Huh?
I think this whole podcast is like turned into us trying to find out who Curry
Yeah.
is dating.
Definitely. But yeah, it's like I shouldn't even think about that, because like if a girl did that, I would like that wouldn't be my first
It wouldn't even
thing.
come to thought.
No. So it's like
Would be like,
we're
this
just
fool.
yeah, I'd be like this girl.
Is that what you'd say? Is that what you'd say?
Exactly.
Okay, so I guess
So
so, then
when
it's
we-
intention. Is it fair to say there's an intention behind the? Like I don't think I've ever been like, oh, a girl can't do that,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm gonna take it off you.
Yeah.
It's more like a courtesy thing. Or
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's definitely intention. Definitely.
Sweet.
And it's okay to. I feel like it's okay to be like that.
What? Yeah. So do I.
What's the word?
But I'm a man, so. But I'm also a male, so. I don't know. I'm scared.
I think it's like if I was holding a box and you came over to me and you're like, you can't lift that, that's too heavy for you, I'd be like, no, I can't. But if you're like, oh, here, let me take that off you, I'd be like, okay. But that's all right. Yeah, you can do that. So I think it is definitely how you.
See,
How you-
intention and
Yeah,
approach.
attention and approach.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the way I see it.
Thoughts?
Yeah, and intention definitely counts. But but I was thinking of something a little bit just different, because I know what the things I mentioned before and how first you're saying, oh well, that's a whole different story. But I kind of feel like it all connects. Like we're talking about maybe like this minor examples
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Oh
would
yeah,
make
for
you feel
sure.
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
but
yeah.
all of this relates to all the bigger things.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
No. I wasn't
know?
saying that it doesn't relate. I was saying that is like a major. It's like it's separate, but it's a major issue in itself. Like, as in, that should be its own podcast.
Yeah.
There should be its own discussion. Like
Yeah.
wage gap, all that sort of stuff is like it's crazy.
Like all the stuff that's currently happening right now. And I think today we've like discussed it on a very
surface
surface
Yeah, yeah.
level, and there's so many like different things to go into and speak about. Mm.
So, we can expect you back to talk about those stuff then, those
I have
things.
to do more research.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. We just gotta keep talking about it and just being aware of our actions.
No, I'm glad
Or
you
our
guys
thoughts.
invited me over for this, because when I used to always talk about this, people would be like, oh, Rachna, shut up, here she goes again. So it's kind of cool that, I was allowed to be part of it.
And it's a very cultural thing as well. As like Asian or Indian culture for sure, right? It's the only culture I
Yeah.
can speak of. It's very male importance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
And
And-
growing
Yeah.
up, you see it way more.
sorry.
And growing up, you see it way more in the Indian culture.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's like expressed like in everything we see right now as well. And I feel like there is a like, so the biggest thing right now is for me, the way I can connect to it is through like cinema and just seeing in the movies. It's always has been the guy saving, like the big showy films
Yeah.
that, But wasn't there a film recently where it was
It was
all female cast?
yeah, and it
So
did
I
very
think
well.
the movement is.
I think the
coming
people. Well, now we're talking in India. People, I think the education is definitely coming in.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to be like generations before there's
Yeah.
a major shift in. And that's with anything, I think. Is, but yeah, I feel like we should make this its own series now.
through. Yeah.
This is cool. I'm still scared, but I think I'm getting more comfortable.
Cool.
I mean,
Any?
even-
Alright, what did you say?
When you mentioned being in India, even when I was there, and say if I did have, like say dad with me, and nothing will happen, but suddenly when you're not with a male presence, already that you feel like you're in a little bit of danger. Just when you hear about and you hear all the women in India talk about all the harassment that goes on when they're just in public. To think about what they wear, as an Indian girl, actually all girls get told, okay, don't wear this and don't do this, and if you do this, then. But like no one's doing anything. It's like only now they're starting to maybe try and educate the guys to be different rather than educate the girls. And I mean, India, you really got to do that because I mean they get harassed just for wearing jeans. It's like,
Well, I think that's changing now. Like we were there just.
but the video promotion that came around saying, oh, if a guy's harassing you, just call them by and they'll back off. And I'm kind of just like, well, make more videos on the guys for the guys to.
Yeah. There's definitely lots that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Heaps. There's heaps here that we can
I think so.
There's like so many more podcasts coming out of this one. It's cool.
Rash, you gotta clear up your timetable. Get you back in.
Yeah.
Do some more reading. Any final thoughts from today or anything else you guys want to add before we close up?
Probably too much to start on now.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Don't give Rash the option or she'll go on for another half an hour. I think what I learned that today, most importantly, is that it's all about equality and let's not scare ourselves by saying feminism, and because there's like extremists everywhere, right? And I think that's where like I was like terrified actually coming into this, especially because it's like going out.
He's looking at me right now.
The world and stuff, and Rash is super scary, and
that was
and a man eater and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I think I think equality is like the name of the game.
Yep.
And it was very exciting having Rash here.
Yeah.
It's cool. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I feel like I feel hearing from you like clarified things for me, but it also like opened up avenues for like so many more discussions that need to be had and need to be had and shared with the world.
For sure. Even for me, I feel like a lot more comfortable about it, and my thinking as well. Like you, man. It's just like a lot of 50-50 for me. But I think, this is definitely is going to help me to just understand it a bit more.
Well, and it opens up dialogue for everyone, right? So
one thing I saw somewhere, I don't know if I watched a video or read it. It said, if you believe that there's gender equality and males and females should have equal rights and opportunities, then you are a feminist. So
that was your last question.
That was my last question.
Oh,
are you a feminist?
And only then when I watched the Emma Watson's video, she said, I'm formally inviting males to come in and talk about this, and you can also be a feminist. Because before it was like, only women can be feminists. And I guess that makes sense, seeing it's got the word feminine in it.
Yep.
Well, it's like the thing like you said earlier, like anything that's feminine is automatically not man, So I mean that's what scared a lot of people away. So to answer your last question, I am a feminist. I wouldn't have always labeled myself that, but I have always been a feminist. So I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I always have been, but I've improved my tactics lately. I've gone from the man hater side to the more gender equality side, because men aren't out there like hate on us. Women are just fighting to have equal rights, and they're just fighting to have equal rights too.
Yes.
Cool.
Should we clarify whether Rash is wearing a guy's t-shirt or if I'm wearing a girl's t-shirt, or should we just say that
conversation for another day?
I thought it'd be cute if we were matching today, first time.
Equality, y'all.
Cutting it close.
Go.
All right.
Wrap it up.
Wrapping it up. I too am a feminist, and I just want to put out there that everything discussed here is just our opinion.
Yes.
Oh, and like, you know, because you guys made it sound like I was some sort of expert on, but I'm not. Because I've always been interested in it.
No,
I've
it's
just been
because
doing.
the reason is
I'm not an
because
expert.
yeah, that no, I'm not saying you're an expert. It was just that well, for me, it's like you're a very strong
Advocate.
Very opinionated.
yes, no, I wouldn't say opinionated. You're just very like strong-minded and not afraid to speak your mind and what you think and how you feel and all that. And like that's what we need here. We need all we're trying to do is like open up conversation and have dialogues with everyone. So I think it's cool.
I was just raised that way, which did make a lot of Indian men go, "Hey, you should have seen me as a 13-year-old telling off an Indian man at one stage." But Dad was proud, luckily.
All right, I'm closing up.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're listening on the podcast or if you're out there watching on YouTube, we hope you have benefited in a little way or in a big way. I know I surely have learned, and I'm sure you guys have as well.
Definitely.
And yeah, this is a movement and a discussion as well. So if you've got any feedback or anything you think we should discuss, then please email us at info@thehumannow.co.nz. And until next time, be human, be now. Oh, man.
Sega, left me hanging, man. Come on.
I was just proud that you got the email address.
I heard.
Yeah, I was like,